Hello everybody and welcome to the second game of Group A from the Advanced Wars Tournament Series. Today we have B1gw versus Tepho. B1gw is around 770 and Tepho around 740. And B1gw mostly use Zandy and he's from USA, while Tepho is mostly ladder and he's from Brazil, as I am as well. So they didn't ban any maps, and they got Stalingrad, the biggest map I think, and we had a little problem on the beginning of the tournament where I set the capture limit because my original intent was to set the capture limit to 800%. 8%, 80% so people can really play the game, and we already had a 30-day limit, but I did a mistake and I set to 30 on all maps, so Stalingrad that's a little bit over half the property, but I don't think we had the big problems with Stalingrad. And as far as CO bans, B1gw didn't ban any COs, but Tepho banned Jake. So let's get started with the game. Tepho is the first player to play. He just built infantry. Of course you can't do anything much on the early game. And B1gw is playing Flak. I probably would be playing Flak on all games pretty much. I also like Cole. I think I saw Go7 was playing Cole on some maps on Global League, so I started trying him out and I really like Cole. B1gw is going for the real early airport capture. Maybe he has plans for an early T-copter. Tepho is playing Adder, which is the safe pick, I guess, the most generic pick, for tier 4. B1gw is just doing normal capture stuff other than this airport. I think this is a really early airport. Let's see if he'll get the transport copter next turn, and he got an artillery. Opened with an artillery already. I don't know if that's the best way to open. I was watching a replay, and this infantry here, if you send it here and capture here afterwards, and then send this other guy here to capture here, you can get, I think, 1k boost on your income because both are captured at the same time. And if you just send this guy here, this other guy here will take 2 turns to capture here, so you lose 2k basically, and if you send this guy to capture here, you lose 1. Anyway, Tepho got this recon and then APC. I think the APC can be cool early on. B1gw didn't get the T-copter I was talking about. So Tepho is sending his recon towards his strong side here, near his CO tower. Maybe he wants to see if B1gw has a recon to harass this CO tower. Every game I play, everyone tries to deny me this CO tower, and I just eventually just mash them on my strong side. I mean, this is just the strong side. It's cool if you come here with a recon and do some harass, but you can stop people from getting the tower forever, Tepho got another recon, so oh my god, he got 3, he has 3 recons now. That's a bit of a crazy opener, I think. Let's see how it pans out. His APC is moving to his weak side, toward his HQ, and he's capturing some stuff. He's a bit ahead on the capture for now, but I think B1gw should equalize that on his turn. Yeah, he's actually going to come out ahead. 2k. So he's just moving the recon, being kinda sneaky with the recon on the woods and everything, and sending his artillery towards this seal tower. The tank is going to Tepho's strong side, and he made an anti-air as well. I like that on day 8, having an anti-air already. Oh my god, I just enabled the group. And Tepho is sending in his recons slowly. He has 2 on his strong side and 1 on the weak side, and he's got a transport copter that I thought B1gw would go for, but okay, he's going for it. So for now he only has recons and transport. I mean, it's nice to have a transport on big maps like Stalingrad, but I don't know if you can get away with not having any units to actually fight for that long. So B1gw sees the recon there. As he's capturing, his tank is in position to attack next turn unless this recon doesn't interrupt this capture. The anti-air is moving to his weak side. Yeah, the weak side here. And he's got 2 tanks in, did a base hit. Cardinals in already by B1gw. Though I don't know if you can say that a triple recon out there isn't a Cardinals in as well. But let's see how Tepho plays it out. He's got 2 recons, so I don't think he's too afraid of losing this one. He's gonna interrupt both captures actually. I think that's nice for now. But yeah, they're pretty even I think on capture for now. But B1gw has more unit value. I mean, slightly more, but it's just for now. I mean, every turn the numbers kind of change, right? Because each player is buying stuff and should be a little bit ahead on the end of his turn, but B1gw has more units that can fight, I think. It has more tanks, obviously. And Tepho is going more for the artillery. I mean, there's a lot of woods in this map. Oh, sorry. So I think maybe artillery can be pretty strong. So B1gw again with the base kit, getting just a tank and an anti-air. I mean, this already is kind of biting him a bit because he's already behind in unit count and he's like day 10. So he kills the infantry that was capturing, backs up with his recon. He has a tank here, but I think it's kind of dangerous. Maybe Tepho could see this tank, but I mean, it's his strong side, so it shouldn't be too much trouble. Also, this tank kinda covers, it doesn't really cover, you know, if he gets it. I mean, yeah, it's covering actually. And B1gw gets a good shot on the recon with the artillery. He's just trying to capture here, but Tepho already has a sneaky little infantry with his transport copter. He kills the recon. Both recons run with the tank and the anti-air. I like the anti-air here, but I don't know if I like showing the anti-air at day 10 just to kill a recon. But I think Tepho could probably see the anti-air already with the recon, so I don't know if it matters that much. So he interrupts the capture here, and yeah, I think Tepho should be ahead in capture now. Once he captures that, and hopefully he can get this one as well. Hopefully for him. I mean, I'm not cheering for anyone. I already know the results of the entire group, so this APC here, I don't know if he did much. I didn't pay too much attention, to be honest, but I think his plan is mostly to transport those mechs. I think it's not a bad plan, But B1gw33b has better fighting units. I think for now he already has 2 tanks here that Tepho can see, and anti-air on both the sides. So there's a bit of a infantry skirmish here. Like Tepho is not getting this capture for now at least. And B1gw33b is seeing that Tepho is a bit ahead in the capture game. Attacking infantry with anti-air. I don't know if I agree with that, but he's got a nice presence here. And he can cover everything with his tank and the anti-air as well. So it's not that big of a deal, I think. He gets trapped here by this little... Oh my god, wow, what was that tank movement? The tank was like drifting here. Okay, he didn't base keep this time, got both tanks and infantry. The mech is going here to these woods. I like this move. His HQ honestly is getting kind of scary here. B1gw33b has a lot of stuff around the CO tower. Con tower, I should say CO tower, doesn't make sense. The mech is slowly walking here. I mean, I think he could move the mech on the transport copter, but it doesn't matter too much, honestly. And he gets double tank and mech. They're even now on captures. So I think Tepho probably will get this one eventually. And he's killing this infantry as well, which is nice, I think. But B1gw33b is getting some of those around the con tower. Moving in with the tank, healing with the infantry, healing with the artillery. This artillery is getting some really nice value. And somehow he sees this mech. I don't know how he saw it, honestly. Like, should be he seeing this? I don't know what happened, honestly. That's weird. That's really weird. That's really weird. Apparently the mech can be seen. His bazooka is too big to hide on the woods there. So B1gw33b is backing off a bit from this con tower, his enemy con tower region here. Okay, this infantry just went in to die. I mean, he's getting some value, but I think it would be better to just hold on here, though this infantry is probably dead on the next turns anyway, so I don't know. What would be the best move here? So now Tepho is finally getting this capture here. He's moving in with a bunch of artillery. He's fighting the infantry capturing the lab here. The lab doesn't do anything on this map, I believe, just for vision maybe, I don't know. Tepho is fighting back around his HQ. And coming in with the tanks. This mech I think will get in on the... Okay, so he sees the artillery that killed a bunch of his stuff already on the woods. And then drops the infantry on the road. He could drop here, I think would be better. And he builds a bomber, base keeps to get the bomber and gets a tank and infantry. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. Especially because B1gw33b already showed 2 artillery. I mean anti-air. B1gw33b attacks with his copter. Copters can be seen on wood, so that isn't too weird. I don't know. I still don't know what went on here. That's really weird. So right now B1gw33b has a big... I mean 3k is kinda big, I think. If you just keep your opponent 3k ahead over time, you know, in 3 turns you can get a battle copter already extra. And he has a pretty big presence on the center and towards his think. And the match is over, but this isn't a draw. I believe Tepho resigned here because I believe he lost his game. This game. Somehow the replay player bugged out or something. And Tepho wasn't that much behind, but I mean, after this bomber, I don't know what the plan was with the bomber. If he had like, he could kill, I don't know, he probably would kill like a tank or two and it would get shut down by some anti-air, probably. And then B1gw had a bigger presence here. He probably would capture this and eventually win around here, I think, because B1gw, Tepho, excuse me, is really caught off guard with his artillery here. I think the recon opener was a bit debatable, but I mean, he got a little bit ahead on capture early on, so I don't know about that. And the bomber is just a weird choice, I don't know. And there was a lot of base keeping on this game that caught me off guard, but that was it. And B1gw won the game. And yeah, I see you guys next time. Then subscribe and like and all this stuff. And bye.